Hey, Daniel here. Week of November 4th, 2018. Yeah, it's been a really good week. Certainly has its challenges like every other week, especially when you're consciously creating your evolution, if you will. Yeah, getting prepared to do a public speaking engagement at an event called Voice Story on November 19th, Monday evening. Yeah, it's going to be the second time I speak at the event. Last year, September 2017, I spoke for the first time ever, stepping into my greatest fear of going on stage in front of public and sharing my story of awakening and moving to Vancouver from Calgary, pursuing my sense of destiny and finding my soulmate. Never did I ever think I would step into public speaking. Been terrified of even just going in front of class since elementary all the way through, well, into my 20s. But after having done so much, healing and self work and finding a sense of freedom and confidence in my 20s, and then, really waking up and getting messages that I'm supposed to move towards that stage. So, here I am, volunteering again to share my story of my intense fear of public speaking that has plagued so much of my life, that what I thought was really destroying my life, and because it really did destroy my school life. But now I realize, thank God for that anxiety and that fear and that lack of courage and lack of the willingness and the understanding of knowing how to really be authentic and be there for myself, which prevented me from being fully institutionalized through the school system. Now, don't get me wrong, I think school is great for many, and there are many great school systems out there, but the ones I was a part of and the way I was, a lack of that proper structure, a lack of good examples in parents or people around me, didn't allow me to be able to participate and take it for what it could be, if you will, the education system. So therefore, thank God my soul and my anxieties and my different aspects so-called fucked up my path so that I can find my true path to my own healing, my own freedom. So here I am getting prepared to go on stage and share about, my realization that moving into your greatest fears, your most intense resistance, holds your greatest freedoms and courage and healing and power. Because that's why it's there. The areas of greatest resistance do hold your greatest power, strength, authority, autonomy. So I've just been, doing some reading, writing some stuff down. The first time I pretty much just winged it. This time I think I'm going to do a little more preparation. And it's been good. It's been good. And especially with my continual learning of, you know, healing, metaphysics, knowledge, perspectives, and realizing what karma is, which is simply the accumulation, the effects of all one's actions. Each action, all the actions we take on a daily basis affects our energy, affects our subtle bodies, and therefore creates the layers that are surrounding our soul, right? And I've begun to realize more and more by taking action that is true to my soul, to my pure essence, helps me become more clear at therefore connecting to my soul. So for me, it's been meditation. I finally found a sitting position where I'm actually really enjoy. After 10 years of experimenting with meditation, do I realize how important it is to find a position that you're comfortable in. And this past week, I'm so joyful that I found a position that I actually really enjoy, where my knees can be lower than my hips and I'm comfortable and I can sit with my spine straight. So such a profound thing, and reading and yoga and qigong and going out to nature and so many things, right? Not eating too much, not smoking too much of the good stuff, if you will. So less distracting and numbing myself helps me become more clear and more connected to my soul. So, and it feels good because it's been a process. It's been a good 12 years now since I started bringing spiritual so-called practices and different different kinds of habits than the normal, if you will, than what everyone else was around me doing back in the city and in the kind of groups that I thought I had to be a part of. I didn't give myself permission to be anything else. And over time, on my own, finding the value of learning from these various so-called spiritual practices. I don't even like that word spirituality because most people have certain connotations about it, just like the word religion or God or what have you. So, but I've now finding more and more of a rhythm for myself, and that I am really starting to enjoy the things that help me feel more clear, more grounded, and more expansive in my thoughts and my perspectives and consciousness. Like Gaia is an amazing resource. Finding Gaia. It's kind of like spirituality, Netflix, metaphysics, esoteric, has yoga, but so many great interviews with so many great real change makers in the various healing spiritual traditions around the world, really. And its production value is getting better and better. So such great resources I'm starting to find, and those resources, those interviews, and all the knowledge and all the beautiful programs help me, inspire me to find my own natural rhythms. And as I start to create my own belief system, my own worldview, and take action on that, I am really starting to more and more change my reality, because we're always creating our realities. So just be inspired to recognize that the possibility of conscious creation rather than unconscious creation, which is very much still exampled very much around the world in mastering, mass consciousness, mainstream media. Still so many people out there just doing the same things that everyone else around them is doing and going on that roller coaster of ride. Now, once coming to conscious creation, you're still going to be that roller coaster, but you start to get a grasp of it and recognize the value of both the ups and downs as I recognize, allow myself to feel all the emotions that arise and allow those emotions to teach me, give me the messages that my subtle body or my soul or my heart is always there relaying to me. And now I'm just paying greater and greater attention, and through that just becoming more present with myself. Yeah, so, and still continuing to look for a home. Since moving to Vancouver, I've probably moved this is probably the fifth or sixth time now, when before that I didn't move for probably 16, 17 years and stayed in the same spot. But that's part of what the awakening process is, and part of what I've been allowing myself to do. And when before I was I don't want to bother, I just want to stay in one spot and make life as simple and as, stress-free as possible. So I'll just stay in that little basement room I was living in for 15 years of my life. So, but hey, this is what evolving is all about, and it's becoming more and more joyful, if you will, because it's all about finding play in moving towards what you want instead of working so hard, right? And just struggling with it, and that austerity or what have you, aestheticism. And so, but it's finding joy in the beautiful cleansing, healing, and empowering practices. And that's been a process as well. It's been a rediscovering of the joys of being present with my energy and doing the things that help my energy feel more alive and enlivened. Yeah, so, and I'm gonna go work with another beautiful coach this coming Friday. Deanna David, check out her website. She's amazing. She's going to be traveling the world, sharing her story of how, coming from being a former Albertan and mechanical engineer, want to do something different. Now she's a dancer, an artist, all these things. She has a coaching business. She wants to inspire people to really to make moves and tap into their passions. And I am really grateful I get to work one-on-one with her. And over the past 4 or 5 years, I worked with many coaches and healers and destination locations, and realize how important and valuable that is, as I know that's part of where I want to step into, is being able to support others. So it's about me allowing myself to be supported by many other beautiful souls. So looking forward to that. So it's a beautiful process, allow yourself to build your own community and find those that support you. All right, beauties. Have a great time finding your way to your truth and your soul essence.